This is the Archangel 2210, and I'm going to be talking to you about fairy tales. Now, of course, we know about the two Snow White movies that are going to be coming out, I believe, sometime in the fall, sometime. One's going to be darker, kind of more of a um, Joan of Arc, woodsy warrior, and the other one's going to be more of a campy, colorful one. But there is a very ongoing trend where now there's actually going to be a couple of television shows coming out based upon fairy tales, and I'm actually kind of very excited about more about the TV shows than about the movies. They're actually going to be coming out this month. One of them is going to be on ABC on Sundays, I think starting the 21st, if I'm not mistaken, so this Sunday, and it's going to be called Once Upon a Time, and it's from the writers of Lost. So anyone that's a huge fan of the show Lost, you really gotta kick it. I'll admit I have not watched Lost. I wasn't really into it, but with the premise like the evil queen from Snow White, and she basically tries to rip apart the happy ending of Snow White and her Prince Charming, and she erases their memory, and somehow they're brought into our world. I'm a little shaky on how it's going to play out, but it does look interesting, and visually it looks very nice. It looks remarkable for a weekly show, and I'm very interested in watching it. Now, the other television show that I'm actually very interested in watching is a television series on NBC starting this October 28th on Friday at 9. It's going to be titled Grimm. Now, this one I'm actually a little more excited about this one. Now, the premise of Grimm is this one guy who is, in fact, the descendant of the brothers Grimm. He's the only one that can see the type of monstrous fairy tale creatures, and he has to, track them down, and I think in a very, investigative type of way. And all these type of fairy tales are kind of unraveling around him, like Little Red Riding Hood and stuff like that. And the producers of Buffy and Angel were a part of Grimm, and I actually saw some of the trailers that how the designs of some of the characters, it almost has like that vampiric type of look, and I'm totally loving it. It looks awesome, you know. I'm totally stoked for. I'm curious about Once Upon a Time because it looks very interesting and very whimsical, and Grimm has more of a darker take on fairy tales. So I'm more excited about Grimm than I am about Once Upon a Time, but I want to check both of them out. Now, they come out a week apart from each other. So first, I think is Once Upon a Time, the 21st on ABC. I believe 8 or 9 o'clock, and then NBC October 28th is Grimm. Now I'm definitely gonna check both of them out, and and anyone else that wants to check it, leave a comment below what you'll think about the shows coming out. Now the movies, I'm like on the fence about the movies. I'm not 100% excited, but I'm not 100% banning it. But I'll keep an open mind. I'm more excited about the television shows. The television shows, it seems like a really good take, a really interesting concept, and it's something that I could see lasting a good 4 or 5 years. Now, I think I shall leave it to you. Write a comment below what you think about these upcoming shows, and if you're excited about them, or if you're going to give them a watch, or if you're just going to kind of skate by it. But right now, I'm really excited about these upcoming shows, especially Grimm on NBC. And it looks really fantastic. I advise anyone to check out the trailers on YouTube for Once Upon a Time and for Grimm. They look really good. And, make your own judgments, what you think. So write a comment below, and stay tuned for more reviews, comments, and rants, and anything else in between.